Cancer, what if your career could actually fulfill your soul instead of draining it? In this reading, we are uncovering your core strength, your deepest motivator, and the impact you're here to make so you can align your work, your money, your wealth with your true purpose. Hi, Cancer. I'm Heather, and this is the Dogstar Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the pack. In today's tarot reading, this is all about purpose, specifically how your career, money, and long-term wealth connect to your soul's mission. This is a reading for those of you who know you're meant for more meaning, more alignment, and more fulfillment in the work you do and the abundance you create. We'll be working with many cards in this reading, and I encourage you to stay until the very end because you will be invited to write your own purpose statement using the first three cards and the messages that come through from those, which are your core strength, your motivating value, and your ideal impact. This is about aligning your ambition with your intuition and stepping into purpose-driven success. So take a breath, set an intention, and let's see what the cards reveal. Cancer, I'm giving cards one final shuffle here, and now we're going to lay them out. I'm just checking the cameras to make sure that the cards can be seen. Okay, so that's card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make sure it's still, yep, 8, and 9. Oh, 9. Okay, we are going to pull a clarifier for that one. Okay. Okay, so this first card represents your core strength. So this is what trait, what skill, what gift do you consistently bring to your work or service? And you have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. It's also cups, so it's a nurturing card. It's empathy, it is compassion. So what I see here as your skill, your trait, or your gift is your ability to be able to nurture other people, to connect with them on an emotional level, to understand the emotions of others. You are a very intuitive and emotional sign. You have deep emotions, so and you use that as your strength in order to make connections with other people. It is, like I said, it's also the wish fulfillment card. So there's also this optimism that even when things are difficult and challenging, especially emotionally, your gift is to be able to see that silver lining, see that rainbow or the pot of gold at the end, right? Like you're able to see the positives in even dark situations and to help people heal emotionally. And you're optimistic, right? You're able to do that, and that's where your gifts and your talents and your traits lie. And your motivating value, you have the Four of Cups here. So this really represents like what value or principles drive you to contribute and show up. And there's with the Four of Cups here in this position, this is you're never quite satisfied. You always want to see, and cups again is that empathy and that emotion and that intuition, right? Four of Cups is a card of apathy. You're not feeling emotionally connected or fulfilled. So this is your drive. This is your motivating value. You always want more. You want more connection. You want more to use that intuition in a better way. You want to see people happy. That's a big key motivating factor. You are driven because you know intuitively you know there's more, that there can always be more connections, there can be deeper connections, so you're never satisfied with the status quo and the way things are. You're always looking for new avenues and new ways to network, to connect with others, to feel, to heal emotions, heal traumas, that kind of energy here, and develop that intuition. So that is your motivating value. Your ideal impact here is adventure, expanding others and your own awareness and learning about other things. You have the Three of Wands here. This is adventure. This is like, what is your next adventure? What is the next opportunity for learning, for growth? And it's this continuous growth and development, and that is the impact that you want. So it's what kind of change or result are you called to create in the world? And that is change. You don't want things to be status quo as is. You don't want, it's like, for example, if you want to go for really lofty goals and explaining this, you want to end world hunger, you want to end homelessness, you want to end all of these things that are emotion and traumas and dramas and all these things that people need to heal from. Um, if you're an animal lover, want to end the suffering and the pain of animals. So there's this adventurous kind of energy here and exploration on how can I do this. So it's not just in your own backyard. You're not looking to help just in your own backyard. You're looking at the bigger picture here. And you want to not only expand your own, this in your own life, but in other people's. You want people to see other ways of being and living and doing and healing and nurturing. And this is really your impact and that legacy that you want to create. In your current role here, this is how your current job, project, or study path reflects or misaligns with your purpose. You have the Empress here. And so this is a very nurturing, abundant energy. And this is really how your current job, project, or study path aligns is it allows you to be nurturing to other people. It allows you to care for other people. For those of you where that isn't what you're doing, this is getting in the way, where perhaps you could have a lot of responsibility on your plate where you're caring and nurturing other people. The Empress can also play out too, where because it is a card of abundance, maybe you have too many things on the go, and you need to, like, the growth is it's everything is growing wild. You need to start pruning, right? And so if things are misaligned, you need to take a few things and focus on just a couple of things instead of trying to focus on everything and refine it and make it the best it can be, so your energy is not scattered and all over the place. So you're fine tuning one or two things, maybe even up to three, but no more than that. And then we have the fifth card here is your purpose pulse. So this is, where's your energy most aligned and alive right now? And with the Eight of Cups here, this is a card of walking away to find purpose and meaning, to find things that you're emotionally connected to. So what I see here with this, with your purpose pulse, is where's your energy most alive and aligned? It's not. You are searching for that still. So I feel for many of you, you're not in your dream job yet. You are still looking and seeking. You're trying to figure things out a little bit still. A big thing with that is with your current role. I feel for many of you that this is that overabundance where there's just too much and too much like you're focused on too many things all at once, and you need to prune that back and figure out and allow yourself some breathing space to figure out what it is that calling, what is calling you, what is pulling you towards it, for that emotional fulfillment, because you've got so much going on. You got too much with this Empress here. And then when we get into the sixth card, this is your growth edge. So this is what skill, what mindset, or what habit will give you, help you grow into the next level of purpose. And you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, like all these three right here. It's like this overabundance. You need to trim it back a little bit. You need to figure out what you're called to. And then that six, the growth edge, the habit that you need to go move towards to find that next level of purpose is transition and change. So it's about taking that time to listen to that intuition, that inner guidance, and let that drive you forward, and give yourself a period of transition so you can better align with your purpose. I feel like you're not quite there yet. Like, these are the things, the first three cards really were the things that you want to create, but this is kind of where you are right now, where there's some uncertainty here. And you need to get a little bit more clear on that. Now, your support system, you have the King of Coins. I do like this. So this can be people or situations or structures that we put in place that can help support us and stay grounded and focused. With the King of Coins, this is someone around you who you can lean on for support and guidance, and their guidance is very practical, grounded, and they're very stable. They're very good with money, resources. So money, it doesn't necessarily have to be money. Resources can represent like people resources or things too. Time is a resource. And they're very good at organizing that, and they're very good at giving advice for that. So make sure you're listening to that person that's around you. The eighth card here, this is your next action. So what practical steps can you take this month to live your purpose more fully? The Queen of Swords, this is all in the mind, right? This is about strategy, planning, using the Queen of Swords uses her sword of truth to cut through all the BS, right? And all the BS really is up in here with that Empress, that Eight of Cups, and that Six of Swords, this whole transition and finding yourself. It's because you aren't seeing things quite clearly. And this Queen of Swords, this is the action that you need to take, is really think about it, get in tune with yourself, and then map it out and create a strategy, a plan. If you need to upgrade some skills, then you're figuring that out. Start looking into courses, night classes, or anything that you can take, or maybe you can mentor someone or shadow someone already at work, at your current workplace, to get those skills and develop those skills. But it's also creating a strategy. So, some short-term goals and some longer-term goals here. Once you figure out what you want to do, what you want to move into or towards. And then your legacy vision. I am going to pull a clarifier because you got the Seven of Swords. And I mean, in a typical general reading, this is a card of theft, betrayal, secrets, that kind of thing. But I'm in this kind of a reading, it's not quite like that. Um, I really see this as hidden, as secrets, but I feel like you're kind of keeping everything to yourself at first before you let people know what it is you want to change and how you want, what you want to move towards and what you want to do. So you're just kind of like keeping that under wraps. So that's one aspect of it. But I also see this too as whatever your goals are, you don't need to be, we'll see what happens when we pull the clarifier. But I feel like you don't need to be the person that's center stage getting all the glory for all the actions and efforts that you've done, but you're comfortable with kind of being that person that's pulling the strings behind the scenes, that's doing everything behind the scenes with this Seven of Swords. So whatever it is you don't need to take center stage. You're comfortable with being the person that's doing everything, but just behind the scenes and making things happen. So you've got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so the other thing too with that, and the reason why you're keeping it secret, is there's a lot of opportunities, but you're not quite sure which direction to go into. So and again, that really relates to that Empress card of having so many things. You have so many different things that you enjoy and that you're interested in and that can provide emotional fulfillment or have in the past. And so you're trying to figure it out, like what is the best route for me? What is aligned most with what I want to be doing and known for? So that is what I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Cancer, before you go, take a moment to reflect on the three cards at the beginning of the reading and write your purpose statement, your core strength, your motivating value, and the impact you are here to make. Let this be something you can return to when you are making career or money decisions. Purpose isn't about something you chase, it's something you align with. Thank you for being here, for running with the pack, and for trusting the process. I'm Heather. This is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot, and I will see you in the next reading.